really what we were looking for was trying to create an environment that was an immersive environment for our customers to understand our solutions and to actually see live demonstrations. We really focused on live demonstrations in this center, and we really built a collaborative environment to bring our customers, our partners, and really immerse our customers into our solution areas and allow them to have the, kind of an environment where they can talk about their business challenges, and we can meet that with our solutions and really meet with our experts. So what you see around the room today is the team that actually built the center, but they're also our subject matter experts in terms of the solutions that you're going to see today. So we're really excited about that. So from a design perspective, what we wanted to do was make it multi-tenant. And the idea here was that to be able to transform this environment to meet the objectives of the solution area that we were actually selling into.
So what's really driving this forward is adoption of cloud enablement. Well, if you look at the traditional ways in which we're deploying infrastructure, it's a convoluted step of, you can see it on the slide here, that we require individual teams and key individuals to really successfully walk through this, right? So this really succinctly shows that. From planning meetings to purchasing the assets, setting up the facilities on site, installing the servers, the network and storage, loading on the OSs and the software on top of that, testing that environment, activating it so that users can actually start using that. And then, at the very end, finally trying to find a way to manage or govern that service over the lifecycle. And what we're actually seeing is that this process takes anywhere from 30 to 90 days in some organizations. And with all the disruptions and interruptions that we typically see on a day-to-day in the workplace, IT organizations still need to find a way in which they can deliver these services to the business, but with agility and with the speed that the business is operating. So we do have a integrated infrastructure solution that is able to provide that type of agility. That is Cloud System. So from a functional perspective, Cloud System provides advanced automation and orchestration to allow you to provision services in minutes. It gives you the ability to manage the service over the lifecycle. And it also removes a lot of the administrative burden that we see bogging down IT organizations. And interestingly enough, what we're actually seeing with the adoption of cloud in general, is that there's a new role emerging from within the IT team, and that is the cloud administrator, the cloud architect. So with that in mind, we're going to switch gears now, jump into a demo, and we really want to showcase the day in the life of a cloud architect.
Full stack integration solution with Cloud System, where a lot of it is really driven by HP assets, but we also recognize the need for integrating with existing customer technologies. So what I'm going to do today, and I get to play on the big screen here, is actually go to our desktop. If I can find, where did the desktop go? Here, there it is. We're going to go to the desktop, and I'm actually going to show you how we have our own solution stack to integrate. We call it Insight Control. So Insight Control basically is doing just that. It's giving you insight and control of the HP assets and third-party assets within the data center. So I know it's a little hard to read, but there's so much information, and you're going to hear about our Gen 8 servers later on through the data center. And we expose a myriad of data points and information and firmware versions and controller versions and size of servers and complexity of servers, as Calvin was referring to. That there's a lot of data here. So we leverage Insight Control as an HP product, but what we then do is we take Insight Control and we integrate within third-party products. Again, understanding that customers may be using Microsoft System Center to manage the stack. They may be very comfortable in using vCenter to manage their virtual topology. So as they drive towards the cloud, we recognize it's a roadway, it's a journey towards that, and we really want to continue to not only expose the level of detail that we have with our stuff, all right, but we also then want to show how within existing topologies we can actually then integrate.
So first of all, Generation 8 technology, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about it. So the first two servers that I want to show off are, these are the two most popular servers in the world. They're dual socket servers. One is an AMD class, it's the DL385, and the other one is a DL380 server. So lots of flexibility in the design of these servers today from a drive chassis standpoint. So we support both small form factor and large form factor drives. You can see here I have an 8 drive small form factor version, and I have a 25 drive small form factor version as well. So lots of flexibility. That adds to performance as well because I have more drives, I have more IOPS. I can also support large drives as well, so faster spindle speeds. Again, for database type applications, OLTP, decision support, exchange, things like that. In Generation 8, we also made enhancements to serviceability, flexibility as well. So I'm sure you guys have read a lot about FlexLOM. So FlexLOM is a flexible LAN on motherboard or flexible NIC. So no longer are we going to decide what NIC customer is going to have in the server. They can choose the NIC vendor and the NIC speed. They can choose between 1 gigabit or 10 gigabit. And we also have a smart socket guide as well. This is a patented technology, okay? And it allows the customer or technicians to put processors into the servers, okay, without bending the pins. It sounds simple, but bending pins is a common problem. So we're taking away, you know, those quality-related type errors in the past, giving customers a much better experience as well. So because I'm a little bit short of time, I'm just going to move over to the blade technology. So I have several blade enclosures running here. I have 2 C7000 chassis, and I have a C3000 chassis. The C3000 is a smaller 6U chassis, and it's designed for smaller environments or branch office environments. They support same servers and options as well. So value proposition for blades, okay? Customers look at blades because of physical consolidation. So physical consolidation, I can look at density optimized servers, which are great, but with blades, I can put 16 half-right servers in a 10U enclosure. Okay, if I scale that over a full rack, I can output up to 64 servers in a 42U rack. That's a lot of horsepower, especially again for virtualization or whatever application or workload customers are considering. Now, this enclosure and the C3000, we consider it an ecosystem or a data center within a box. And what I mean by that is I can put half-height servers, dual socket, full-height servers, which are dual socket that support a terabyte of RAM. I can support full-height servers, which are quad socket. I can put storage blades, I can put PCI expansion blades, I can put tape backup blades. So our strategy is to allow our customers to blade everything. So what we mean by that is anything you can do in a traditional environment, we want our customers to be able to do in the blade environment as well. Okay?